So hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Assetto Corsa Competizione video. Well, we're here at the number two video in this series looking at the GT4 cars, and I'm going to try and keep these as short and as quick as possible doing the introductions because I'm trying to keep the videos down to an hour and we'll spend an hour in the car anyway. So yeah, we're looking at the M4 BMW, and this was for Daniel Castello Arlotti. If I get that right again, it's quite a name he's got, isn't it? But yeah, let's have a look at this car around. I think it was around the Hungaroring. I think we discussed that it was quite a car to set up, to be honest, or quite a circuit to set up. As you can see, I'm running an hour's session. I'm not going to be doing the race. And as I did mention before, that around skill 95 is a good place to go if you are looking at getting a competitive lap in. I think the AI set a good lap time around that. So like I mentioned in the last video, the steering lock for this car is going to be 500 degrees. It was slightly different in the Porsche 800, but the BMW is 500 degrees, and I'll just set that straight away as we come in. I've already got it set on my wheel, but I'll just set it in the in-car settings. If you haven't got this set, it'll just generally feel like you're having to turn the wheel too much to get the car to actually do something. And we'll run with the aggressive setup and just have a look over some of the settings that we've got here. Obviously the caster, I can't adjust the caster, that's a bit disappointing. It looks quite light actually, 8.4, so we'll see how that feels in the car. As you can see again, the pressures are quite low. They haven't got tyre blankets on the GT4 cars. Have a look at the electronics. We can adjust the traction control, we can adjust ABS, just two settings, no engine map settings, and as with the Porsche, I'll just bring that down to 50. And again, if you've looked at the first series video, I did mention in there the brake discs, and we're only running this hour session, so I'm just going to be using brake discs number 1. There is a detailed description in there as to what each brake pad does, and we've still got the 4 settings available. Have we got anti-roll bars at the rear? We can adjust the bump stop range, which we couldn't do in the Porsche. We have got an anti-roll bar, and we can adjust the preload. Dampers, no fast bump or fast rebound, so even cheaper suspension on the BMW. We did at least have the fast bump in the other car, and I will just bring this down again. I mean, what's going on with these settings in here? We've got 2 different settings on either side of the car. So if you've watched one of my previous videos, I generally run these probably about the same at the moment. They don't seem to make a great deal of difference, and I'd never run the bump higher than the rebound. It's backwards, so I don't know why they're set like that within this game, so I'm just going to bring those level. I tend not to mess with the bump stops until the very end, but this is just a basic setup, so don't look at me as if you're thinking you're going to get the best setup in the world during these videos. This is just a very basic, no splitter adjustment on the front of the car, and a very open front brake ducts, so we'll see if we could close that a tiny bit, just to reduce some of the drag factor. So yeah, let's get started from there. I think see how this BMW performs, and see if we can get up the top of that leaderboard. Another very low positioning in the BMW, and like I mentioned before, you don't need to go slow in the pit lane during the practice sessions. And we'll just come back out of there. We'll just save. In fact, we'll quit that, and that looks like the Nürburgring to me. And we want the Hungaroring to get this video going properly. So that was a great start. So yes, the Hungaroring was just next door. So let's start again, shall we? So yeah, fingers crossed, a lot of those adjustments will be very similar. I do think all the aggressive setups are different for every single circuit, so I don't particularly do a base setup and carry that to any of the circuits. I literally do a new setup with every single circuit. So yeah, we'll just close that out. And as you can see there, it's still this stupid setup. So I'm just going to bring that down to 10. 12. And I left that at 8 and 8 at the back. And we'll just close that out. And then let's get going. So we've got optimum track conditions, 31 degrees, 31 Celsius on the track. And let's have an hour at the Hungaroring. So this is just the first look at each of the GT4 cars, how they perform. And just my thoughts really on each of the cars. And hopefully by the end of it you've got a setup that feels drivable. I do think the GT4 cars are harder to drive than the GT3 cars. Maybe they've got less less gimmicks. And I think with the same with the Porsche, the engine management really doesn't want you to come down the gears early. I think the Porsche's got quite a torquey engine as well. So definitely not needing to shift down to second gear in a lot of these corners. And see, it's definitely got some power to pull away. Definitely don't need to come down to first gear. Feels pretty good, to be honest. Come on.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
So all my braking points are pretty much the same as in the GT3 cars. Because you've got less of the gizmos, the car slows down a little bit slower. You can see we've got another BMW from Back to the Future just ahead of us. So they definitely need to look at, he's still not got any wheels on, has he? And then you can see sort of wheels at the side.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Definitely feels much easier to drive than the Porsche did yesterday.
Clear on the left.
definitely more pointier. Oh. It was very understeery, the Porsche. This has got quite a bit of a kick of oversteer. Still struggling to get the car slowed down. Maserati's having a go. Oh. Still struggling to get the tyres up to temperature. It's a fun little car, I think. Keen, I'll give it that. Ooh. Might be worth staying in third gear for that corner. Let's see if we can get a better lap time than that. Just doesn't want to stop. So I lose a lot of time on that first corner. So just focusing a little bit for this one. Yeah, definitely third gear for that one. Try third gear through here. Tiny bit quicker. But let's return to the garage and let's just sort these tyre pressures out because they're a long way away. Just getting a few messages there. So let's get up to 21 point, bring that up another 20, and then again at the rear to 26, bring that 22.2 and then 1 or 2. So rear grip, as you can see, we've got 6 degrees difference in the temperature from the inside of the tyre to the outside of the tyre. So I would generally look for around 4 degrees, so I'm just going to bring that down a few clicks, and again on the other side that's 5 clicks. So I'll try them at 2.7, and the car definitely turns in alright. Don't think there's lots of understeer. If anything, we're getting a big kick of oversteer. The preload's already pretty low down, so I'll maybe just try and increase the front anti-roll bar just to get a little bit less rotation. And if we notice these, the front bump stop range is huge. If we bring that all the way down to 2, see how that feels. And I think the car's rotating just fine at the moment, so I'm not going to mess with anything there. Just turn back to the garage just to see how far away I am. So let's have a look at the timetable. So we're looking at 1:55 really, and we are currently setting 1. So we're in the 1:55s. We're just at the wrong end of them. So let's try and aim for a 1:55 or a 1:54 or something like that. I think we're losing a lot of time in turn 1 because I just wasn't getting the car slowed down. So fingers crossed we'll take a look at that. You notice just as I go into second gear, there's a big change in speed. So just something to bear in mind. It could be better off staying in third gear. Because the BMW's got quite a torquey engine. Still just trying to get some temperature in them tyres. See how it comes in, just change a little bit too late, and there's a bit of a kick in the gear. A little bit of opposite lock. So yeah, just struggling to get the car slowed down. Lose so much time. Oh, a bit too much maybe there. Try and brake a little bit earlier for this turn 1.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Too early. Oh. Does feel pretty good, really. Tiny bit of understeer maybe. Maybe that's through me adding that anti-roll bar. Definitely better to go down. Definitely not go up to 4th gear for that short section. Let's give it another whirl. Definitely getting some pressure, temperature in them tyres now, pressure. Better. Just too deep. Just getting a tiny bit hot, that front left tyre. Try one more lap. No, just gone wide. So I would just like to come back in and have a look at these tyres, see what's going on. I might just open up that front brake duct because it is getting a little bit warm, that front tyre. You see we're getting 85, 89 and 93 on that front left tyre. The other front tyre's pretty good. And obviously it is a clockwise circuit, so you are going to get more wear on the left hand side of the car. But the tyre looks like it's wearing alright. Still bring down that rear camber a tiny bit more. and again on the other side still getting 5 degrees difference between the temperature on the right and 5 degrees difference on the temperature at the rear. Like I said, around 4 degrees I like to see. The weight of the wheel feels alright, so the caster isn't that bad, to be honest. And just these pressures, just like to bring that down a touch. Not much, nothing major. I tend to aim for 27.3, I just think it feels like it gives more grip. And I'm just interested in seeing, I might actually see what the ABS would be like with it off actually. Just to see if we get a better braking ability through the car. I know the Maserati doesn't use any ABS, so it'd be interesting to see how the BMW felt without ABS on. You can see how much we're locking up there, so be very aware when you're running without ABS. Obviously the tyres are cold, so they're not offering a great deal of grip at the moment. Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough going while the tyres are cold. So let's just chuck the ABS on for 2 minutes while the tyres get warm. Save me flat spotting them. Yeah, I just feel like I'm taking a bit of life out of the tyre under acceleration. Getting a little bit of oversteer from the rear. And obviously that's going to cause the tyre to slide a little bit. So I don't really want to be getting oversteer moments under acceleration. Obviously you could manage that with your throttle inputs, or you can manage it using the traction control. It's up to you. I look forward to getting around to driving the McLaren. Now let's try it with this ABS off. In fact, let's not. You can see why it's got it. It's just sliding. ABS is definitely a great feature, it really is. God, we lost a chunk of time there. Definitely better under acceleration without so much oversteer. See how we go with the tyres a bit warmer. Not so good there. Just go back to TC1.
Well done, mate. That's the best. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, I just ran offline there. Just wondered if I could carry more speed through there. Yeah. I think longevity wise, I think it would be better with TC2. Just bring that brake bias a little bit more rearward. I think I might be able to carry fourth gear through the little rise. So hopefully that opening the brake ducts has changed that front left tyre from getting too hot. Just intrigued to see if I can carry fourth through here. Doesn't really benefit me a great deal. few other things I'd like to just quickly look at. Finish this lap. Yeah, just feels like it's understeering a little bit, and because we've used the traction control to sort out the oversteer, it now feels like it's understeering. So we'll get rid of that and just bring it all the way down. Change that brake bias to 52. It certainly feels better with that bump stop range down, but I'll just soften this front end a tiny bit more as well. So it might make it feel a little bit more sluggish, or it might make it feel like it's got a little bit more grip. But I'd almost say we could get rid of that rear wing, I think, just to see what difference that makes as well. So I'd like to see us into the 154s. Yeah, I'm not sure how effective the rear wing is in the GT4 cars. See, as soon as you drop down to second gear, it's a huge difference in the gear ratios. It really pulls the front end round. So I'd just like it to be a bit more hooked up through there. Very close. Jeanette has just ruined my line, really. Get rid of him. Come on.
Car on the left.
Oh, he's keen, isn't he? Come on, BMW power.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Totally outbraked myself now. Little bugger. Let's just let some of these cars pass, just ruining my laps. It's one of the things when you're running with other cars around you, they really do hamper your line. Yeah, the engine management really doesn't want you to change down when you'd like to change down. He's really slow as well. Let's give it another go. Definitely need a little bit more front grip. Slightly under pressure tyres. Let's see how this one goes. Just a bit too deep. Brakes really do let the car down. Just run wide. Yeah, still got a little bit of understeer. Struggling a little bit with front grip. I don't think adding more camber will benefit. Rear cambers, still got 5 at the rear, temperature difference. So I'm going to bring that down a little bit further. Maybe a little bit more initial response from the front of the car would be nice. Just add a little bit more toe to the front. And let's just soften that front suspension. I'll just bring that just down a touch and add a tiny bit of rotation to the car. See how we go with that, 48 minutes into the video. I'm still in the 155s, so I'd like to see the 154s before we leave the video. I think it's definitely there. Yeah, it feels better. I just want to feel less understeer through here and the previous corner. Sorry, mate. I'd like to have got past him before we started another lap. Does hamper you a little bit having the traction control on too, but I think it just allows you to be a little bit more lazy with the accelerator. It stops you lighting up the rear tyres all the time.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Going a little bit deep again. Yeah, it means you're a little bit lazy with the accelerator, but it also means you save the tyres a bit.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Certainly feels better. Just remembering to be smooth. Trying to carry the momentum with the GT4 cars. Let's see how we get on. No, that's never going to help you. Just getting caught on the curves. Feels better through there. Oh, what a lap.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Ruined it all the way. Definitely a better lap in there. I think it's just a case of actually being a little bit more aggressive with this car. Don't think we'll get away with that. Just sliding, just warming that front tyre up a bit. Just ease off a tiny bit because I can see that pack just going to spoil my next lap. Finding the right braking point for this. Just run that a bit too wide. down a tiny bit more. Just a bit late on the power. Yeah, too wide. Just take it slowly again. So as you can see, I just brought that brake balance down a tiny bit more, just to see if we can get a little bit more rotation on this entry to turn 1. Might be worth just bringing the rake of the car just a couple more clicks upwards at the rear. One last try, and then we'll make one more change. Tiny bit better. You see, just slide the car through there. Too much, really. It's more out of control. Yeah, let's return to the garage and let's see if we can, rather than adding so much rear downforce or rear brake balance, see if we can just leave that at 52 rather than bring it down to like 157. I just can't get so many messages just now. Just come back to this differential preload just to see if we can try and stop that car from snapping so much when we change down into second gear. 5 more minutes to go and then we'll call it the setup. Drive it like he stole it. So just get them tyres up to temperature. Just bouncing on that curb a bit. Definitely think it takes 3 laps to get up to temperature. Yeah, just late on the power again. So I'll see what happens this final lap. Oh, he's wide. Something feels better about it though. We're going to get one last lap in. I think we are. It's not clean. Oh, look at all that time lost. It's a tiny bit quicker. But yeah, there you go. A 154.6. We'll have a little look at the replay because, like, as we do enjoy a little bit of a replay. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I will put a little comment on Facebook with regards to what the next car is going to be, next car on circuit, and I'll make leaps and bounds to do the next one. I've got another video that I forget the name of the guy, Andrew. I can't remember his surname. He messaged me today regarding a charity event that he's got coming up on the 6th of December, which I will try and put into another video along with a setup I mentioned to him. I would do a setup for the Porsche Cup car. I think it's at the Nürburgring that he's going to hold the event. It is a charity event, so there will be donations, and the setup that I'll create I'll do using one of my personal setups, which I usually charge £30 for. I'll do the video in the style of the setup, and you can download that setup from the Setspace website. And any donations towards that setup in particular will go towards Andrew's charity. So please do visit there, even if it's just for this one-off, and make a donation to buy the setup, and that can all go towards whatever charity Andrew's doing the race for. But more details will be in a full video for that event. So if you're watching this and that event's come and gone, yeah, that was that. But yeah, this was the video for this. This setup will be available on the Setspace website for you to download and enjoy. And that was a BMW M4. So yeah, ciao for now.